let's get into the juice, bitch, because hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making it. My name is Anya Braun, and on my channel we talk about Black businesses, artists, entertainment, and information. And today we've got another lovely anti-MLM treat for you because we are going to be digging into one of the most well-known MLMs and one of their biggest salespeople, because we know they're not business owners. Okay, we know they're not business owners. So yeah, we're going to be digging into that. But before we get started, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. It would really help me out a lot. I am filming literally on my iPhone, and I edit also on my iPhone. So it takes up a lot of storage and it takes up a lot of space. And maybe if we get enough subscribers, then we can, like, I don't know, get a camera. It'll be super cool. Like this video if you want to see more like it, and leave a comment. Let me know of any other anti-MLM videos you would like me to make. If you haven't already checked out the last couple ones that I did, everyone's loving the WFAB video. Love that for us. And yeah, let's get started. Holy shit, that was terrible. I'm drinking tequila because today's my man's birthday. Bram, 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 bram. Everybody leave a comment, say happy birthday, Greg. We love you. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a woman named Gloria Mayfield Banks. I also have my little notes here, so I will be looking at those. So Gloria Mayfield Banks, you may or may not know her. She is one of the top sales representatives for the MLM Mary Kay. If you've never heard of an MLM before, that stands for multi-level marketing, network marketing, social selling, etc., etc. It is what I like to call a legal for now pyramid scheme adjacent cult. And they sell makeup. So that's super fun. You may know them in their previous, they've been out for a long time. We'll get into the whole juice, but you may know them for having the house parties, all the housewife, like Stepford wife type vibes, having house parties to get other Stepford wife type vibes to become recruiters for them, aka sell this makeup. AKA, we all know that it's about recruiting. Okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay. So a little bit about Gloria. First things first, she is a public figure. Anyone that I mention is a public figure. All of this information is readily available out there on the internet. Do not send any hate to any of these people. No tea, no shade. This is just the information that I can find, and you can form your own opinion about it. But don't send any hate, because that is what? Ugly behavior. So anyway, Gloria Mayfield Banks, she is born September 8th, 1956. She is a Virgo, and she joined Monet. Oh my God, now just me getting confused. She joined Mary Kay in 1988. Now, Mary Kay began in September of 1963, co-founded by mother-son duo Mary Kay Ash and Richard R. Rogers in Addison, Texas. Now, spoilers, the founder of Mary Kay, you may want to sit down for this, is a white woman. Pause for dramatic effect. All of this will make sense. All of this means that Gloria joined Mary Kay when she was 32 years old. Previously to that, she has a couple different degrees here, so we'll go over them. So Gloria went to Howard and to Harvard, and she also has an honorary doctorate degree from the University Maryland Eastern Shore. Never even heard of that, so is that real? Don't know, don't care, but period, mama. So Dr. Banks is, I guess, what we can call her. Based on the Harvard write-up, which, by the way, all of my resources, all of the sources in general will be linked down below, but based on the Harvard write-up that she had from, I think, being a keynote speaker, is that she's a multimillionaire. She's had $11 million in earnings to date. She's a self-help author. Her book is titled Quantum Leaps, 10 Steps to Help You Soar. Which, okay, you and me, just between you and me, we already know I'm a pro MLM scam artist to I am now a self-help guru. I have a book pipeline. It's just like, I have a book. Did you know I have a book? And did you know that you can make your life better by joining my pyramid scheme and reading my book? What a coincidence. So Gloria is married to Kenneth Banks. Now, fun fact, this is, because we don't just want to hear terrible news all of the time, even if it's from people who we may not trust. But the, I guess, fun news is that in 2020, right? I'm like, what year is it? When Black Panther came out, they were so inspired, her and her husband, by so many celebrities like buying out the theaters and getting Black kids to go, that they like paid for like 165 kids to go see Black Panther in Baltimore. So, okay, great. We love that. Use your scamming money that you got from scamming Black women to help their Black children. Give it up. Anyway, now she's 65, and it is also stated in that little Harvard write-up that she's the first Black woman to reach elite executive national sales director for the company of Mary Kay. Now, we know how the MLMs, if you saw the WFAB video, the like random word generator to like come up with these titles that don't really mean anything. Basically, all they're saying is she took advantage of a lot of people. She did. So that was good for her. But here's the thing. Here's the tea, right? Here's the tea. Here is the tea. Is that I never will. I never want to come on here and shame or bash or just talk trash about any person for any reason, just like willy-nilly, right? Like, that's not the vibe. We're here to call out the scammy behavior. We're here to call out the manipulation. But this is a problem that I have and that we all have with the system, with the way that the business works, because it's set up for you to fail. So baseline, it's always about the business, right? It's always about the actual way that the company is run, just like how we're like, oh, this system here was set up for me to fail, and I failed. Maybe that's not a good system, right? So we already know that one of the ways, if not the only way, to get to be successful in an MLM is to get in at the beginning or recruit a fuck ton of people. Now, the way that it works, in tandem is basically when you get in at the beginning, everyone therefore underneath you is in your downline somehow. So if Gloria joined Mary Kay in 1988 and the company just started in 1963, that's pretty, they love to say ground floor opportunity. That's pretty ground floor, considering it has now gone for how long, like 53 years or something like that. It's been a long ass time. So if you joined in the first 10, 15, 20 years, especially with no social media, I'm sure that the amount of people who have been in your downline, the amount of people that have been cycled through has been extensive, and all of those people paying a buy-in fee to have to either start your business or just generally buy products every single month in order to sell to your customers or to have on hand because you can't sell anything that you don't already have, I imagine is a lot. So yeah, it's pretty easy to become a multimillionaire through a pyramid scheme, because here's the thing. A pyramid scheme isn't a pyramid scheme because people don't make money. A pyramid scheme is a pyramid scheme because only the top 1% make money while everyone else loses money. And it is recruitment based. That's where we draw the lines here. So anyway, long story short, she gets in very early, which is, great news for her. She's got a huge ass downline. I'm sure if she's made $11 million, and I want to say that her net worth or something now is around like 15 million. So obviously she's done well for herself. But the problem is that we already know that all MLMs target minorities and just vulnerable people in general. And if I have to say it one more goddamn time, that minorities are more susceptible to being taken advantage of in this way because of the way that the already systemic racism is taking advantage of them. It's pretty bad. It's double for sure. So that for me, it is already an issue when anyone takes advantage of minorities, specifically Black people. My light just went out. This is awkward. A little technical difficulty there, but I was just saying, you already know that I have a problem with people taking advantage of minorities, specifically Black people, specifically Black women, and it does have an extra little stank when it's coming from other Black women. It doesn't feel good. And here's the thing. She's a gorgeous woman. Okay, she looks great. She's beautiful. I don't necessarily, it's so hard because I don't necessarily get bad vibes from her immediately, but once we're already in the position where in order to make $11 million in an MLM, you have to be aware that other people are being taken advantage of in order for you to have that. You don't get to be at the top of the company without understanding that. And in order to keep going with that, that means you have to be okay with it. You have to be okay with that. And a lot of people are brainwashed into believing that that is something that can happen for others, especially, you know what it makes me think of? And you know what vibes I get from her? I get the same vibes that I got from, I can't think of her name, the one woman from the Lula Rich documentary, when she was basically saying how she was one of the first people to get in, or like she got in pretty early, and she was able to make a lot of money for her family, and now they've got like a beautiful home and lots of money. And in the interview process, she was saying like, now I know and now I understand that what happened to me is not able to be replicated, and that is the hard part. That's the hard part. So it feels like to me, they give me the same kind of vibe. Like at this point, you do have to understand and recognize that no one that you're recruiting in is going to be able to get $11 million because you already got that $11 million. Like there's not enough people in the world for every single person who you want so badly to have this dream luxurious life that you have to get it, because there has to be someone on the bottom. That's how this is working. That's how this pyramid operating business is working. There has to be people losing money in order for there to be people making money. So no matter how much you pretend to care, or no matter how much you think that you're caring, it just doesn't add up with your actions, because if you truly did want those people to succeed, then you would understand that they can't if you want to succeed yourself. So now let's get into some scandals, shall we? Because, you know, it's all going to come together. Doesn't it always? The truth will prevail. So I'm not going to be making any assumptions here about the deceased. I will simply reiterate the facts. Mary Kay, founded by a white woman in the South who was born in 1918 in the South, had a company self-named Mary Kay. And it's had a colored past. Let me be serious. It has had a colored past. When it comes to racial inequity and just general ethics, it's not looking great, as you could imagine. So, one of the more recent scandals involves a Midwestern woman by the name of Linda and her husband named Tom. Now, if there's one thing that you know that's recognizable from the top leaders of Mary Kay, is the pink Cadillac. That's such a big thing. You get a quote-unquote free car. It's not free. You have to maintain your rank in order to even... the ways that I want to go into it, but I don't, because it makes no goddamn sense. Long story short, you can qualify for the Cadillac once you've basically gotten them 10 times that amount in sales. You could have just bought your own Cadillac. Anyway, so then they will give you like money for the monthly payments, except for if you lose that rank, then you're fucked, and the car is in your name, not the company's name. So they're not giving you anything except for a car payment. Anyway, Linda and Tom are in the Midwest. I want to say they're in like Iowa or something. And this is, you can go check out you can go check out the news, see the vibes there. So they roll up in the pink caddy, right, to vandalize someone else's property. Now, this is very serious. I use these words specifically to express to you the severity of the situation, because we know how white people value protecting property over human life. They hop out and they try and steal a Black Lives Matter sign off of a private property owned by a man named Andy that is in Minnesota, okay? So, because they are, I don't know, not super sleuth, they're two old white people in a pink Cadillac stealing a Black Lives Matter sign, they get caught immediately. He can see them while they're there on the camera trying to take the sign like a weirdo. So he calls the cops on them. The cops come. Oh my God, would you believe that they not only left with their lives, but only a warning? No fine, no nothing? That's crazy. I wouldn't believe it. It's almost like there's some sort of privilege for being white. Oh, also, I did forget to mention that they also told the police officer that they were trying to take the sign to send a message. And that message, I do believe, was received. After this went viral, then Mary Kay had no choice but to say, hey, queens, maybe let's not be racist out loud. Let's only be racist in our homes, like good little Mary Kay queens. Now Mary Kay has to say something, right? They can't just leave this out there. So they said that she was going to be basically fired as a consultant, which if you know, like the kind of shit you have to do to get fired as an MLM consultant, they want every single person who is able to walk, talk, and have a credit card or any sort of access to money. Bitch, if you got a piggy bank, they want that shit dry, okay? They want bodies on the floor. Bodies on the floor. Bodies on the floor. Because that's what gives them money. Like, it's not, you know, as we know, the customers are the sellers. So that's all that matters to them. So especially if you have a big downline, which apparently if you're, you know, if she had enough ranks to get the pink Cadillac, then getting a text message, then I'm sure she was making them good enough money. So after some digging on Reddit, because you know the Reddit people have their eyes out for the community, shocker, Reddit had been keeping an eye out and found that Linda's page actually remained active even after the statement was issued that they would be severing ties with this individual. So, I mean, if you were to see, like, if you were to, like, let's just say, go to this woman's Facebook and be like, yeah, actually, I hate Black people too. I want to join your company. Then you could still go and sign up and give her money and give the company money, even after they, quote unquote, made a statement, a public statement that they were going to fire her for being racist outside. And they didn't, huh? So that is super cool. It's crazy how, like, you know, you'd never think that a company that's like based on lies and manipulation would like have the nerve, right? It's crazy. I say all of that to say, like, how does someone like Gloria find herself in a position where she has become a millionaire? She's had life-changing income from this, in my opinion, pyramid scheme adjacent cult that blatantly takes advantage of her community, in order for her to make money, and also blatantly is willing to not only lie to everyone, but you know that this little Linda lady was somewhere in this other woman Gloria's downline. So now you have the white people in your downline acting cray-cray. Not surprising, because if we take a look to go see the other video that I did on TLC, then, you know, I have that whole video about the CEO and the whole like, oh, I just believe all lives matter. And I went on a whole rant about that because it's like, you can't even protect the people that make you money. And now the fucked up part, like, to me is you can encourage your oppressor to oppress others because you happen to be benefiting in this instance. You have no proximity to whiteness any more than you did before, but you do have proximity to wealth because, I mean, you're wealthy. That is not gonna stop. Like, the part that is so freaking crazy to me, I don't curse now, I'm such a gentleman, but the part that's so crazy to me is like, this woman who is working for your company, like, let's just take out, you know, like, the CEOs. Let's just take out all of those who are also white, you know, you guessed it. You're helping them make money by taking advantage of your community, while also the people who are in your MLM community are actively taking down signs that say your life matters. The people who look like you deserve life. It's hard. It's a hard one, right? And the shit is too, I would bet that she's had her fair share of unfortunate racist ass encounters as a Black woman born in the 50s. Hello, like, I'm sure she's not a stranger to this. And it is so incredibly painful because this in general speaks to the magnitude in which systemic racism and capitalist induced poverty wreaks havoc on minorities, their ability to have sustainable income, healthcare, just basic necessities to enjoy life. Because when you see, like, when the only way that you see that as being possible for yourself is to align yourself with the oppressive forces that put you in that position in the first place, it's sad as fuck and it's hopeless as fuck. It's like the only way for you to maybe possibly get a life that's worth living, or like a life that you actually want, is to take advantage of people in the same way that those people are trying to take advantage of you. I just don't get it. I just don't like it. I think it's really sad. It's unfortunate. Is there anything that we can do about it? I don't know. and it sucks. Like, it really does. It sucks. So yeah, that is my story. That's my vibe. It was kind of a Debbie Downer today, huh? Sorry about that, but I hope that you enjoyed my last video, and I hope that you're going to stick around and enjoy some more. So that's all that I have. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so we can grow our little community here and, you know, support each other, support Black people. And yeah, that's it. Have a great day. Have a great life. Do what it is that you do, and follow me for more. Bye.